In Sri Lanka, one name is whispered with fear, Mahasona. He is the great graveyard demon, a figure that has scared people for generations. More than a story, Mahasona is a real fear for many. They say he walks around at night, bringing sickness, fear, and sometimes death. You can feel him at crossroads, empty fields, and especially cemeteries, where living people and spirits meet. Mahasona is like the shadow you see out of the corner of your eye, the cold feeling in the night air. His story is a warning, some dangers you can't see, some fears are very old. These stories are passed down through families, woven into the island's way of life. Mahasona shows the worries about death, sickness, and things we don't know. But who is he? To understand Mahasona, we need to look at his past. Before the demon, there was a man, a hero. His journey from famous fighter to scary spirit is what makes Mahasona unforgettable. It's a story about being too proud, being betrayed, and a spirit that couldn't find peace. Mahasona's story isn't just about fear, it's about a hero who fell apart. His story teaches us a lesson. Even the best can fall, and sometimes their anger lasts forever. The name Mahasona is more than just a name, it's a warning. In Sinhala, Maha means great, and Sona comes from Sohona, meaning graveyard. Together they make the Great Graveyard Demon. His name tells us where he belongs, the cemetery, a place where the living and the dead are closest. Graveyards in Sri Lankan stories are like doors between worlds, and Mahasona is their boss. His name makes you think of tombstones under the moon, the quiet of burial grounds at midnight. It's a title that makes him special, like a king among spirits, telling smaller ghosts what to do. The name itself holds the fear of death and the unknown. Every time it's said, it brings up fear and respect. Mahasona's identity is tied to the graveyard, his power, his story, his terror. The people who made this myth chose the name to show humanity's deepest worries. By calling him the Great Graveyard Demon, they made him unforgettable. His name alone is enough to keep people away from haunted places. It's a reminder some places are better left alone. Mahasona's story lives in every whispered warning. His name is like the sound of fear itself. Mahasona's look is super scary. He's said to be a giant over 10 feet tall, with a man's body and a wolf or bear's head. His glowing red eyes shine through the darkness, and his skin is as black as night. He carries a weapon, often a spear or club, ready to attack. The most unsettling thing is that his head is twisted backward, a sign of how he was strangely brought back to life. This scary form always reminds people of his sad beginning. Imagine walking alone and seeing a huge figure with an animal's head, burning eyes, and a twisted body. That image alone has scared people in Sri Lanka for hundreds of years. Mahasona is not just a ghost. He's a real monster, a hunter hiding in the shadows. His terrifying look makes the story feel real, not just a tale but a danger. Children are warned, behave, or Mahasona will come. Adults stay away from lonely places, haunted by the memory of his glowing eyes. Mahasona's face is the face of terror, a perfect example of scary folklore. His image stays with you long after the story is told. Before Mahasona, there was Jayasena, a hero among King Dutugumunu's 10 giant warriors. Jayasena was famous for his strength, a champion everyone looked up to. But being too proud and having rivals would be his downfall. His biggest rival was Gotaimbara, another famous warrior. Their competition was intense, but a personal insult made it deadly. Jayasena, being rude to Gotaimbara's wife, started a challenge, a fight to the death. The king couldn't stop them. Honor demanded a fight. The stage was set for a sad event, not on the battlefield, but between friends. Jayasena's story is a warning. Even heroes can be ruined by pride and anger. His fate was decided not by an enemy, but by his own actions. The fight would end his life and start a legend. Jayasena's fall is the main part of Mahasona's origin. He wasn't born a monster. He became one because of a sad event. His story is a cautionary tale for anyone who lets pride control them. The hero's end was just the beginning of the demon's rule. From glory to horror, Jayasena's journey became Mahasona's curse. The fight between Jayasena and Gotaimbara brought the whole kingdom to watch. Two giants faced off, their rivalry reaching its deadly end. The fight was brutal. Strength against skill, pride against honor. Loud crashes echoed as the warriors fought, neither one winning. Then, very quickly, Gotembara saw his chance. He jumped, spun, and delivered a powerful kick, cutting off Jayasena's head. The crowd gasped as the mighty hero fell, his head lost in the mess. Gotembara won, but the victory felt empty. Jayasena's death was violent, shocking, and unfair in the eyes of the spirits. A powerful god, Senasuru, felt sorry for him and tried to bring Jayasena back. But the head was gone, and they needed a quick fix. What happened next would turn a sad event into something scary. Jayasena's story didn't end with death. It was the start of something monstrous. The fallen hero was about to become a scary legend. The battlefield became the place where a demon was born. Mahasona's curse was about to be set free. As Jayasena's body lay without a head, Senasuru, the spirit of Saturn, stepped in. With no time to find the lost head, spirits brought the head of a bear or wolf. In a hurry, Senasuru attached it, backwards, to Jayasena's body and brought him back to life. The result was monstrous, a human body, an animal's head twisted in the wrong direction. Seeing himself, Jayasena was filled with anger and sadness. His mind broke. He was no longer the hero he once was. He ran to the graveyard, his pain turning into hatred for living people. There, he became Mahasona, the great graveyard demon. Born not from evil, but from sadness and unfairness, Mahasona's anger was endless. He scares the living because he can never go back to them. His story is about loss, anger, and a spirit twisted by fate. Mahasona is not a mindless monster. He is a fallen hero, cursed to spread fear. His story is a reminder: sad events can create monsters. The line between a hero and a demon is thinner than we think. Mahasona's curse is forever, his pain never ending. The warrior was gone. The demon would haunt Sri Lanka forever. Mahasona's terror comes from his special powers. He spreads fear, sickness, and death, not always by force, but just by being there. Meeting Mahasona can cause Mahasona Leda, a strange sickness with fever, pain, and dread. His victims often have a giant, dark handprint, a supernatural mark from his touch. This sign makes families panic, looking for spiritual help. Mahasona is a master of mental terror. He can change into animals or shadows, create fake sights, and make the air cold. Victims report feeling cold, hearing footsteps, and smelling decay. His attacks break the spirit before the body, making people easy to influence. He picks his victims randomly, targeting those who are weak or unclean. This belief encourages being clean and mentally strong for protection. Mahasona's power is his ability to cross from the spirit world into ours, leaving fear and sickness behind him. His story is a warning. The line between worlds is thin. Anyone could become his next target. The fear of Mahasona is as real as the sickness he brings. His presence changes lives forever. When Mahasona attacks, regular medicine doesn't work. Families turn to special ceremonies, Thoval or Shantikarma, to make him leave. A Katadiya leads the ceremony, wearing masks and doing the Mahasona Samayama dance. The ceremony acts out Jayasena's sad story, using the demon's energy to ask him to leave. Offerings, food, flowers, sometimes a live chicken, are given to make him happy. Drumming, chanting, and masks create a powerful mental battle. The goal, to bring back courage and get rid of the demon. At dawn, the Katadiya tells Mahasona to leave, and healing is expected. People also wear protective charms, yantra, with sacred symbols on them. Being clean and avoiding haunted places at dangerous times are important ways to be careful. These ceremonies and protections are a part of daily life. They show how much Mahasona's story shapes Sri Lankan culture. Fear of the demon keeps old traditions alive. Mahasona's story continues in modern Sri Lanka. He shows up in books, movies, and TV, scaring new generations. His image, a giant with an animal's head, is easy to recognize. The Mahasona Samayama dance is now performed at festivals, keeping tradition alive and exciting audiences. The story teaches a lesson for children, a warning to behave for adults, a reminder of the dangers of pride and anger. Mahasona is more than a monster, he's a symbol of the unknown, a keeper of cultural memory. His story strengthens community values, using fear to encourage good behavior. From village whispers to stage shows, Mahasona's story lives on. He is a sad figure, a fallen hero whose anger echoes through time. The Great Graveyard Demon is part of Sri Lanka's spiritual world. His story proves that some tales never die, they change and survive. Mahasona haunts our minds, a shadow that never fades. With every time his story is told, his power grows. The fear he causes is as old as the island itself.